recognizing.
It wasn't even 2 minutes, man.
Skype glitches for 1 minute, and I come back and your face is a glitch.
Missing note in this motherfucker.
You look like you should be singing backup for some '90s rock band or something.
Motherfucker, you look 30.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm.
Speaking of which, why are they doing another one of those?
Yeah, they are.
Yep.
They are.
I'm almost 30 anyway, so that's fine.
Damn, I'm older than all of you.
Yeah, you are.
You're like what, 50 something?
Yeah.
Shit.
Uncle.
53 tomorrow.
Oh, can I start calling you Uncle? Can I start calling
Uncle!
you Uncle? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another exciting episode of Them Digidestined, the show where we talk about. Oh, what was that?
I have no idea.
We do some improv, Jukes?
You got a little excited there.
Yeah,
Did you get some sort of improvement for that?
Let's just say I'm hyped up for this next subject.
I mean, we gotta run through these things. You gotta tell me that you're gonna be doing these things. There's no turning back now. We're already 2 minutes in, or just about.
Way too deep. Way too deep.
I can't.
We're too far.
What am I
It's too
supposed
far
to
to
do?
go
I
back.
only got one tape.
Oh,
God.
Damn it!
I tried, man. I tried to do something different this
We
time.
changed our clothes to make it pretend like it's a new day, and you ruined the take.
You're killing me, Smalls.
You ruined the take.
You. You.
You son of a bitch. You a son of a bitch.
You're gonna sleep with the fishes tonight.
Always a ruining of the things. You're like a Wario.
I can't even look at you.
In a while, Luigi.
You're like a Wario. You're always a ruining of things. Wah.
Luigi. Luigi. Oh, no.
All right, we're done.
Nah.
We're done. Anyways.
Wise guy.
Why all right, we're done. Okay, Dalton.
This is serious time. This is
Dalton,
serious
take
time.
it.
Okay. So this next conversation is going to be about microtransactions. For those that are unaware, usually that involves some sort of purchase within a game. 9 times out of 10, that involves you procuring a game which will be free to start with, at which point, in order to either get more items or to progress or to get even more of a game than what you have to spend more money. It's something that resonates very weirdly right now in the industry as well as with consumers, because there's such a distaste for it. There's a lot of disdain found because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it comes up as if it's just regular paid DLC. Granted, I mean, if I'm playing through a game and I finish a game and it's a complete game, and then they're going to be like, well, you know what? Here's a couple extra levels if you want to buy them. Sure, why not? Okay, fine. Or if you're going to give me a game and, it feels incomplete, there's much more, I'm spending 40, 60 some odd dollars and I need to go get alcohol like these gentlemen.
Sorry.
I'm trying to get some sponsors. Just trying to get some sponsors.
Well, let me know next time, so I'm actually not just drinking out of a clear glass unless we're gonna get
I'm
crystal.
just trying to get some sponsors. That's all. Get more viewers.
Well, anyway, so essentially, basically, there's sometimes where it kind of comes across as though it's price gouging. Sometimes it comes across as lazy game design, and then they're just throwing stuff out there. Let's see if someone's gonna buy it. As far as how I feel about it, sometimes I just feel, I grew up with games where it's like you're waiting for the game, and if the game works, the game works. If the game doesn't work, then you're screwed. I remember Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I waited for months for that game. I had it pre-ordered, got it. Didn't work when I got it. SOL. SOL. Excuse me. Nowadays, we have opportunities where, there's DLC to patch things, and then there's opportunities to actually buy more of a game. Like Fire Emblem. I felt Fire Emblem worked with DLC. Microtransactions for other games that I've had, I usually try and stay away from it. I don't like to pay to win a game. I prefer to just buy the game that I'm going to play and then play through that experience. I don't want to have to, if I'm going to have to level up, I'd rather level up. I don't want to have to pay $5 extra. I mean, you see it in all these mobile games. I guess before I continue on any further, any of you guys want to chime in so I'm not just the only one talking?
I mean, I'm trying to find this article because it's interesting that you bring it up and that we're talking about this because I know you guys all saw that. Randy, was it you who shared the Kotaku interview?
Yeah.
Yeah, how
with Nintendo?
Yeah, how Nintendo,
yeah.
I saw that and it was interesting. Like they're very, very straightforward about it. It was cute, I guess, in a sense. But I mean, are we the fools for falling for microtransactions? Like that's my question. Clearly they're working. They're very frustrating. I told you that the only time I don't give into microtransactions, but it was up until I got Pokemon Shuffle on on the mobile device is when I started spending money on games like that. Like I can't tell you. It's gotten worse, dude. Like I just can't stop. I can't stop spending money on this stupid game. Like I can.
And you talk to us about amiibos.
Yeah.
At least that has a dual purpose of being a figure.
I mean,
right,
dude, leave me alone. It's such a good game.
Then leave us alone.
No, no, they're stupid. But I guess.
I physically have something to hold. Do you?
It's my phone. Yeah. It's my phone.
And what happens when you upgrade?
Oh, I'm not upgrading my phone ever.
Ever.
But I mean, I'm just saying, like, do you think? I mean, are we the fools for falling for microtransactions?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Along the lines of pre-ordering for pre-order bonuses, I find it to be the same thing.
Well, I mean, pre-order bonus. Don't get me started on that. That's a whole different thing. Like for me, at least. But
it depends on what the bonus is. But if it's, yeah.
I mean, okay, just to dive into that, because then I'm just gonna shoot this straight over to Chooks. But it's like, you said it's what the bonus is, but at the end of the day, those pre-order bonuses, they're just so easy to come by, without having to pre-order any game whatsoever. I always talk about how to this day I don't pre-order anything anymore, especially from GameStop, because me being a former employee, I know that code is in the system, and they can just, and this too because you worked at Best Buy. They can Best Buy and Toys R Us, right? So we can just generate those codes, and boom, there it is. Those figures that these DLC contents have, like they realistically mean nothing. Granted, I still have my Lugia figurine from way back when, but I don't fall for DLC content. I just never do. But anyways, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry to interrupt. This will be really quick. The pre-order bonuses I like is when it's something physical. Smash Brothers at Toys R Us, when that launched, I got a free Fox amiibo. When Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, when I bought that, if you bought that in Omega Ruby, you got a plush for free, a $25 Mega Charizard figure that I got for free because I bought the game for myself and one for my nephew. If it's something like that, I'm alright. But if it's like an in-game weapon, I'm like, you can forget me with all that.
Or a skin.
Yeah.
Oh, the skins are the worst. The skins are the worst. Dude, I have I pre-ordered Saints Row because I love Saints Row. It's like one of my favorite games. And I pre-ordered that for the 360, the last Saints Row game, and my end-game weapon has never worked. to this day. I downloaded it. It is in the system as a weapon, but I cannot use it. It's
Lock
there.
behind code.
I just can't use it. So, whatever. And plus, just the pre-order bonus, it's not for us. It's for them. So, I don't play with pre-order bonuses. Anyways, Chooks, you can, I don't mean to go, I'm sorry for going too far off topic. Go ahead, microtransactions.
Oh, I was just saying there's just no point for it at all. I'm actually speaking from an engineering standpoint, excuse me. If you look back at the SNES, and the classic example is Street Fighter 2, right? Came out for the console, was a huge hit, of course, on the SNES. Multiple versions came out for that game, that same console. The Super Street Fighters, the Turbos. And there was a justification behind it because the technology back then was so limited. They couldn't just patch the actual console and update the actual game to include more characters or balancing patches or whatnot, or what have you. Flash forward, we're in the 21st century right now. The 21st century. Still no flying cars yet. We don't have the flying cars, but we're damn near pretty close to all that's what it is.
They're not real hoverboards.
But I mean, we're damn near close with technological advances where we could put in a hard drive into a system. Xbox One games and PS4 games can actually run live patches straight from the actual hard drive into the actual game as live updates. And I think there was something about the Xbox One actually having some type of Xbox Live connectivity where patches would be live on the flow while you're playing online. We're at that point already where it shouldn't be an issue to provide an update for a game at all.
Yeah, well then, so
Yeah.
let me just do what I do best and play devil's advocate here. We hear the reaction from a designer, a developer, from an engineer, but let me talk to you from a business standpoint, in which case you guys already see it coming, right? Let me just straight up,
You don't even need to ask if
it's
a business standpoint.
This is me, this is business. This is video game business, man. Oh my god, gamers are so stupid. Our games are awesome, and they are going to pay, $1 for this, $1 for that, $2 for this. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, we can hide these things inside the games, and no matter what, they're going to pay for it. So it's like, I get it. We all know it's there. People are finding these things, and it's awesome. But at the end of the day, we're sheep. What you said earlier, Dalton. Like a while ago, we're gonna people are just gonna pay for it. People are just gonna pay for these things. So it's like why should they make these things free?
Yeah.
You said this the other day, Dalt. If you're good at something,
Don't do it for free.
kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. You also have to think about it this way. No, I don't want to defend it.
Yeah.
But
if
you're releasing content, how much content are you going to give out for free? It takes hours, just to model something and texture it. It could take minutes, it could take hours, it could take days, depending on who's working on it. And then to actually put that out there, actually patch it into a system. If the game needs balancing because of this brand new element, and also it has to be implemented in the actual game, so that's going to take a lot of programming. Excuse me, that's going to take a lot of programming to get into.
Uh-huh.
So I understand where the money comes from. I don't like it because I much prefer to get the actual vision, what the game is supposed to be. And then if anything's going to come out for it later, then by all means, fine with me. But then there's also situations where it's just like, and this is where I'll step away from more so the console games and, the big names that go towards mobile. There's a lot of games where if you play it and you'll be like, well, I need this weapon. I can pay $10 for this weapon and have it right now. Or I can level up and get it in like 2 weeks. And to
Instant
me,
gratification.
to me, as someone that's grown up playing video games, someone that loves board games, someone that loves comics, someone that's trying to actually be a game designer myself and an engineer, I find a big fault in that. There's what's the whole journey of it? How many of us have played Pokemon? And don't get me wrong, I miss using rare candies, times 99 to get whatever Pokemon to level 9 to max level.
Yeah.
But I felt a hell of a lot better when I had to breed the Pokemon, when I had to find the nature of the Pokemon, when I was doing IVs or super training, whatever it may have you, and then I leveled
Egg
the Pokemon
moves.
up. Egg moves, yes, thank you. Now, if you're gonna try and tell me, like, when Pokemon Go comes out, if I can buy, a Pikachu Adamant Nature, whatever, I'm sorry, excuse me, whatever, with Volt Tackle, Thunderbolt, whatever, for like $9, I'd rather not do it. I'd rather just go ahead and just mold my own story with the game.
And don't get me wrong, like I do see. I mean, it's a given. Pokemon Go is going to have a lot of microtransactions, but do you think it's going to be, to that extent? That's a little deep,
I don't think it'll be for Pokemon.
I think it'll be for like maybe
Pokeballs.
Pokeballs. Probably,
Items.
items, exactly, exactly. But I mean, I get what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying. But I mean, I guess the big question is like, how much are they going to try to push people out? How much are they going to try to like drain out of our wallets for this kind of stuff?
Me and Chooks talked about this before. I don't. If Pokeballs, all you guys see the fake leak of the supposed microtransaction for Pokemon Go?
No, I didn't see that.
It was a supposed screenshot of it where, like, one Pokeball was $1.
Well,
F that. One Pokeball for $1. F that. Me and Chooks talked about this before. I think I'll be okay with buying Pokeballs so long as it's like 100 for $1.
That's true, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if I get 100 for $1, I'll be okay with that. I ain't paying 1 for 1.
Yeah, no, I feel
Yeah, that's not happening.
what I was gonna
So that's
say,
what you were talking about?
Yes.
Yep. That's one I saw too. Yep.
Yes. That
I hope not, because that Master Ball for $10.
it's already been said. Nintendo they already came on and said it's fake.
Oh, they debunked it. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Hello?
there's just no way.
Hello. Hello.
Is that a house phone?
Yes, it is.
What year is it?
Hello.
I'm so tired of you.
Hello.
So tired of you.
Hello.
Done. So done.
Don't worry. It's a headset. Don't worry. Hello.
You done?
Look like the mayor's Powerpuff Girl. Red Hotline phone.
Why was I thinking of that today? Oh, Sarah Bellum. Oh gosh, never saw her face, but she was so.
You already
Next,
know.
go continue on.
Yes,
no,
please.
so-
I
so-
forgot where we're at.
So just kind of going off of what Randy was saying, my slight obsession with Pokemon Shuffle, what they do is that it's kind of like your typical mobile app where you have a set number of hearts, right? And then after you use one, it kind of starts a timer where they're going to replenish, blah, blah, blah. But then you have coins where you can buy Great Balls. They don't even give you Master Balls. They just or Ultra Balls. You get Great Balls. And those cost 4,000 coins. No, sorry, they cost 3,500 coins. So then one jewel is what you buy. The one jewel will get you 4,000 coins. You follow me? We good?
Yeah.
So basically, after you beat a level, it'll give you a percentage. You'll be like, you have a 22% chance of catching this Pokemon. You throw a Pokeball at it, he gets out. And then it's just kind of like, oh, if you use a Great Ball, it's going to increase your chances by 44%, something crazy like that. So it's just like, do you want to spend 35,000 coins to get a Great Ball? And I'm like, hell yeah, I'm going to get that Great Ball and catch that Pokemon. So I'm at like a 66%, and guess what happens? the son
Nope.
bitch gets out of the Pokeball, and I'm just like, oh god, I really want to get this Charizard. Let me go buy some more coins. Like, that's me, dude. That's me. And I think Pokemon Go is going to be similar to that. You know, they'll let you go around and do as much as you possibly can for a small period of time, and then they'll let you replenish your coins, or they'll let you replenish your hearts. They'll give you opportunities to buy more Pokeballs and things like that. But I mean, I'm pretty sure it's one of those games where you can just kind of be one of those cheap people and play the game throughout, you know, its entirety and not have to spend a dime. They'll suck. You'll be behind, and no Pokemon fan wants
A
that.
grind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be a grind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
straight up. So
Struggle.
yeah, it's gonna be a serious struggle. So, do we count? You know, like other than that, I don't spend a lot of time with microtransactions. I know GTA 5 is all about microtransactions. You know, and I'm like, I mean, that game is still pretty active. It's like, you think it's because these microtransactions, you know, they're just like, spend $10, we're going to give you $10 million. Like, is that why the game is still popular?
That'd be sad if it was. If that was a special reason. Because they're making a lot of money off of that.
Yeah.
Sadly. Sheeple.
I'm telling you, like,
Sad.
I can't do it.
I don't like the way that tastes. I
Yeah.
don't like the way it
I mean,
tastes.
like, I was thinking about this when we first came up with this topic. We all play GoldenEye, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Say there was microtransactions. Would you pay for a golden gun?
I mean,
Right?
okay, you know, maybe.
Knowing that, all right.
You know what? I mean, real talk. Like, me personally, no, I wouldn't. I just wouldn't, because I felt some type of way about, like, just microtransactions for a really, really long time. To this day, like I said, outside of Pokemon Shuffle, I've never given into a microtransaction, like, on a console. You know, and I just don't think I would do it now. You know, I rarely give into DLCs, because for me personally, like, a lot of the content that I see comes out that's in the DLC, I'm kind of like, this game it's ran its course for me, you know, and like, you adding in this DLC is not going to do much for me. I'm not going to spend $15 for 2 or 3 hours of gameplay. I'm not interested.
I mean, the conversation came up when we were talking about Batman Arkham Knight.
Arkham Knight,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because I remember we talked about it. It's like, I don't want to pre-order it because it's going to get all this stuff, but I'm going to pre-order it because I want the damn game.
Yeah.
No, I'll take it to a when the Wii U came out, not too long afterwards, there was a title, and I remember I got a message about it. I was on the eShop, and it told me this game is free. It's called Tank Tank Tank.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, free game? Hell yeah! I'm gonna play it real quick. I didn't really get to do much until it said buy more, buy this, buy that, and at which point I was like, wait, hold on. I just got your game. You said nothing about buying anything else. And I think that's where, like, the whole free-to-play is such a weird, like, bait and switch.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you do get, you know, the bare bones of a game that you can play through. And then there's some times where you literally get the game and you can just walk around 3-5 steps and where's your money at? Give me your money. Give me your money. And I don't know, it's just Chooks, as you said, I don't like how that tastes. You know, if it's gonna be a game, let me play the game. If you're gonna charge me to play something, then charge me to play something from the get-go and let me have all of it.
Yeah, that's like the whole point. Like, is it really that difficult for someone to just build out a game with all that stuff already inside it, rather than having them as afterthoughts? A couple of weapons here or there as afterthoughts. The
Yeah.
only thing that actually handled DLC well, I would say, is Splatoon, because they give out stages and weapons on as free DLC, and I haven't spent a single dime.
Now,
And
I will say
Yeah,
this for Splatoon, if I may interject real quick.
yeah,
Excuse
please.
me. A lot of that was on disc. It was just time blocked. They Nintendo came out and they said we held a lot of stuff back because we wanted our players to get acclimated with this system, with this engine, and be able to play this game. So a lot of those, and a lot of people think that they call it. It's funny because Nintendo never really called it DLC unless there was an actual patch,
Hmm.
unless there was an actual update that day. But if there wasn't an update, they never said that. They just said that there will be a new weapon on Thursday night, Friday morning, Saturday morning, whatever, wherever you are. Same thing with, excuse me, weapons and levels. Now, whenever, and it's funny because they said new gear in a patch. That was, especially with the Nintendo Direct yesterday, and they said there's a new update. Um, Now, I do agree with that. I do think that that is very great because there has been some upgrades and updates and quote unquote DLC to it. I believe Camp Triggerfish was the first DLC that was just given to you. You didn't have to pay for it. You didn't have to go into the eShop to hit download. It was just in your game once you updated it. Um, so I do agree that I do like that. I haven't spent a dime and I've gotten a lot more than I originally paid for. Um, but something like that, if it's going to be something that is a part of the game but isn't ready yet, then give it to me for free if it's a part of the
yeah,
initial vision.
that's
Yeah.
it.
Um, but I do understand the whole business of it.
Yeah.
You,
I mean, it sucks. It definitely sucks. And I mean, I don't know. I can't even think of just like how to put it. Like, I wish there was a better way to put it, but I mean, that's just business, you know. It's so unfortunate that that's how it is, and it's funny you bring up Splatoon because I was just reading that IGN did a
yeah,
re-review
yeah,
of the game, and I want to say that the amount of content, it's surprising that they just now brought this up, you know, because the amount of content that Splatoon has pushed out, it's phenomenal, you know, and I wish a lot more devs would actually learn from that. You know, we're still waiting for the rest of the DLC from Batman to be released. You know, but you know, I want to say 2 DLCs ago, people were just like, I give up. You know, and I think I honestly felt like Rocksteady gave up too because those DLCs were getting stupid. You know, and I just
I felt they gave up in the middle of the main game development. I'm sorry.
oh, you didn't like the game?
I mean, I loved it because it's Batman Arkham series, but it just
All right, well,
really Batmobile the whole game.
we'll save this for another day. We'll save this one for another day.
Yeah, well, personal, man.
Because I guess I mean, another day. Anyways,
All right, I'm
I would
sorry.
just and Randy, I actually have something for you. I was trying to show you guys like how Pokemon Shuffle goes, and then when I turned it on, it was just like, oh, it's like, do you want to transfer your data? I was like,
No.
what? I can get a new phone. I can get a new phone. So,
So you can get rid of your iPhone 3?
yeah. I can get a new phone. Nexus, here I come. So
Give us free.
that
Give
was
us free.
awesome. So about that. All right. So, do we have any last words on micros?
Hate him.
Hate them.
To hell of it. To hell.
That's right, because I still just wonder, like, how many people, like, legitimately hate him. They're just like, I hate it. Okay, let me put in my credit
Let
card
me pay for this,
information.
though.
Exactly, like, let me just do
I'm
it.
sorry. I'm not gonna put this on blast, but both of my parents are avid Candy Crush players, and I hope, I'm praying that they
Pay
don't
for
go-
lies?
I'm just praying that they don't fall for those microtransactions.
Well, but dude, like that's actually a really good that's a a great example of just like microtransactions because now that they got bought out. I mean, like, why else would they buy that company if it wasn't for microtransactions?
Hmm.
I think how much did they buy them for? Can we get that up? Was it 4? I think it was a 4. Was it 4 point? I think it was like was it 5 or 4?
$5.9 billion.
And that was because, and I think Candy Crush, in terms of their microtransactions, I want to say their microtransactions was like 1.3 billion or 3 billion. It was billions. It was definitely in the billions from the microtransactions alone. So,
Oh man,
it's a huge buy. It's a huge buy for Blizzard, Activision. Like,
oh no.
I mean,
Wow.
And I mean, it's such an interesting concept. Once we think about past it, because as us, we're core gamers, whatever you want to call us. We actually we play games, but then there's people that they just want to bust out their phone and just
Past time.
they'll be on, they'll be at the bar, they'll be at the club, they're waiting for whoever to meet up with them, or they're on Bard, they're at work or something like that, and they're playing something, and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so addicted. Same thing with my sister. My sister plays Candy Crush. I know she did. She told me the other day she was playing Clash of Clans, and I was like, you're playing Clash of Clans? All right, whatever. And it's interesting because, people are bored. People want to pass the time. I think that's where it gets, because sometimes people just, they want to play, they want to keep going, I find a lot of us, a lot of people, they have that personality where if they're just playing a casual game, they want to beat it. They're trying to build themselves up.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking for some sort of self-respect and self-appreciation as well as recreation. So when when you have an opportunity to push yourself further in a game, you're going to take it as well as you're enjoying it. There's some people that buy into it and buy the microtransactions because they want to support the developer, and I mean, all to you to do whatever you want with your money. But I don't even play Candy Crush, to tell you the truth. There's very little games I play on my mobile phone because I carry around my 3DS with me everywhere. That's just not for me. I
had to stop. Like, I don't know if you know this, Rudy, but Chooks, I play poker.
Yeah.
Yep.
I used to bring my 3DS to the table sometimes when, because I'm there all day.
Yeah.
And I would play it. I had to stop bringing my 3DS because I would get too distracted by that. So I started playing games on my phone. And I don't get as distracted, but yeah, I was playing Candy Crush for a minute. I never paid for anything. But people around me, like, I would look over at the lobby and see people just waiting to get on a table, just straight up on their phone, and I know at least a few of them are paying for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to get the number to see how much they made. I'm almost certain it was 1.3. How much they made in microtransactions. But anyways, I've actually never played Candy Crush. Like I think I played it twice in my life, and that was because I was at a Dave and Buster's. Like they have it at Dave and Buster's. I was just like, oh, dope, 100 tickets. But like I've never really played the game, so I never got hooked on it, and I've never really been into mobile games up until stupid Pokemon Shuffle came out. Now I'm obsessed with that. But I mean, they suck. Like, what do you do?
Long story short,
they suck.
Okay. Yeah, I just found something.
Dalton, do you have an ending question for us? I know I should have told you that was coming, but
No, I have one.
okay.
So, I hate to ask you guys this, especially as you guys have just said you hate it. But do you see a situation where microtransactions can be plausible, where it can be needed or to some benefit?
No.
To benefit, no.
No.
Not at all. Not even if you want to um, take if it's not take if it's not Nintendo doing Splatoon. Think of it as a third party that has to push onto someone else's console. They have to prove that this is a game that you want to have. This is a game that you want on your system. We have, the vanilla. You could check. So essentially, think of it this way. So, as you said,
That's just another way of kickstarting.
Essentially. But I was going to say, take it this way. As you said, Chuk, Street Fighter for Super Nintendo, right? So let's take it even further into the future. Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 released as a vanilla. Street Fighter 4 released as vanilla. Then we got Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Super Street Fighter 4. What was it? Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade AC whatever Ultimate Neon Lights Ecstasy Edition. And people bought them. I mean,
Yeah.
I bought Street Fighter 4, and then that was that. I bought Super Street Fighter 4 for my 3DS. I bought Marvel vs. Capcom 3 for my PS3, and then I bought Ultimate because I wanted the different characters. Yet, technically, that's even worse. That's not necessarily. That's not just. I mean, you can't even call that a microtransaction. You have to call that.
Yeah.
That's more of a macro transaction. It's such much grander scale. So I guess that being said, would you prefer something like that? Granted, no, don't get me wrong. We all agree that we'd rather just have the actual game.
Okay.
But if microtransaction were a thing, because I do remember an instructor telling me microtransactions are the way of the future. They're here to stay. None of us like them, but and I say this.
Somebody check on Chuk.
Calm down.
Man down. Man down.
Chaozu!
I'm okay.
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 And I say that as someone, he was in the industry. He has shipped games. He has his own games on the App Store, saying that microtransactions are here to stay. So that being said, is there some sort of way that you could say you can compromise? I will be okay with microtransactions if it is this. I'll gladly go ahead and put my money into a free-to-start game if it means I get this. Is there any type of plausible scenario or situation where you would be okay with it?
Okay,
That would be my question.
I guess, because another thing that Pokemon Shuffle does, and I roll my eyes at it every single time I see it, but they'll basically say, if you want 6 jewels, we'll throw in 1 extra jewel for $10.99. I'm thinking like, this is what it always is. It never changed. It's always been this. So you're just telling me it's 7 jewels for $10.99, but you're trying to trick me to believe that I'm getting more for my money. I'm not stupid. I get it. It's a 7-year-old game, but I'm a 28-year-old man. I'm not dumb.
Here's my money anyway.
So shut up and take my Zinni. So I mean, basically, long story short, it's like if you're gonna, it's just like literally give me more for my money, and just cut the bullshit. Because you're right, it is a way of the future, and we are going to keep buying it. But just don't BS me. Just give me a little something extra. It kind of goes back to it's slightly a topic, but when we were talking about Nintendo, like rewarding you for buying and stuff like that. So it's just like, if I'm gonna sit here and support your game day after day after day after day, like at least give me a little something, like, yeah, I get 1,000 coins for logging in, but that's every 10 days. I can't wait 10 whole days. So just give us more for our money. I thought you were I thought you were giving us a little show there, Dalt.
No, I was trying to find out what time it was, and next thing you know, my camera moved.
Man.
I'm sorry.
No, man, I agree though, man. I agree. My whole take is I don't like to pay for something unless I can hold it in my hands per se. And the only microtransaction ish game I consider myself playing, if you even consider it as a microtransaction, well, it actually is, are either card based games that are virtually NFC based, or figurine based. Something that you can actually hold and keep and look at and still interact with the game. Now, albeit I don't agree with the fact that you have to buy multiple iterations of a CD copy, like the whole Disney Infinity thing. I guess they have multiple versions of that, or what have you. But like, if they can have one game, which is updated by patches, and maybe have like a slew of amiibos, or maybe like cards that you can actually physically collect, and use those for other games, that's what I see more beneficial versus
I can see
them
that.
having us to pay $1 for every Pokeball or $2 to be able to have a jump ability in a game, in a mobile game. It's stupid. Just design a game like that so I can hit the button to jump rather than me paying $2 to have a jumping ability. Stuff like that. It just doesn't work for me. It doesn't fly.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say definitely. I mean, think back to when we were all kids. Pokemon trading card game. You can buy a deck for that came with the 60 cards that you need in order to play the game, and you'd be set. But you bought the extra packs because you wanted to have something else. You wanted to switch it up. You can look at that as one. Okay, I'll pose it to you this way, Chooks. So think of it this way: you're working with circuitry on the job. You're working with electronics. You're building something. Working with pipelines or something. If if you can produce an electronic to a consumer of some sort, a consumer base, and you know that they'll give you more money afterwards if you can find some way to up the wattage to it, would you do it? Now, granted, that's going to get to a moral area where it's like, what kind of person are you on the inside? And then you have to think about it. What's the company? Is the company on a moral high ground, or do they want the money?
Well, I'm a little bit more cynical as far as opinions go, and I know people are stupid, so I'm not going to try to pull fast ones at anyone, or I wouldn't personally do that myself. So, like, if I was in that position, I would probably stick to just fundamentally giving the people what they want. If it's no additional, if it doesn't cost me that much to produce something, then might as well throw it in for free. But I mean, if there is some type of value where I'm putting a lot of extra time and money to develop something, then maybe something like charging a little fee for a more beneficial bundle pack, like Rudy suggested earlier, would be more suffice to it. So maybe adding more to the little update I'm going to do. But no, I'm not going to microtransaction anybody to. I'm not going to microtransaction little Peter Johnson to bug his mom to give him $2 or his credit, or even teach him how to use his mom's credit card to play a mobile game, play a Kim Kardashian mobile game, have you will, and buy fashion. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah,
You already lost me.
That was getting dark.
I'm done.
You didn't hear about that, doll?
No, I heard about it, but
Okay.
I heard about it, but
The
Let's not
Kardashian
look
stupid
at it.
apps.
You know, Kanye West actually ranted against the company that built her game about microtransactions.
okay, but let's be real here. Like, I mean, I'm not even trying to get into this, but it's like that kid apparently. I don't believe it. Like, that kid apparently, like, she goes on there, spends hella money on apps, and then the next thing she does is like post pictures of her mom's hot body on Instagram. Yeah, we're not stupid. We know what a Kardashian is. We're good. Dalton's just like over it. Okay, so then with that,
Okay. One last one.
Okay.
So let me ask you, as you know, we're Nintendo fans. I definitely don't hide it. How do you feel about Fire Emblem? They just it's been out in Japan. Fire Emblem Fates comes out here in the States next February or something like that. So you can buy one one story, and then you spend extra money for the other story. And then if you want the third story, you either spend extra or you spend like 80 some odd bucks and you have all three. Granted, this is a 3DS game. Literally. One of these games unfortunately costs like 40 bucks, or you can have the whole encompassing story for 80 bucks. Do you find that something that you can be okay with? Granted that something like this, you had to have the other game in order to go along with it.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that. I just wouldn't. That's just way too much money. Like, there's a point where I just gotta tell myself, like, is this really, really worth it?
Yeah.
You know, I didn't buy into going. You know, take a couple steps back. I didn't buy into the whole Ultra Marvel versus Capcom business because you added more characters, but they took out the awesome cinematics in the beginning, and this is like, I just felt like I got cheap shotted. So, you know, you like.
Take you for a ride.
Right.
Sorry, I had to.
It was my ringtone for a really long time, but
why not anymore?
Yeah, it's just things happen. But it's like, I mean that's Capcom. This is what Capcom does. You know, like the new Street Fighter game is coming out, and I mean, who wants to guess how many new characters and how many DLCs and the dozens and dozens of costume packs they're going to release? You know, so
you're not going to buy costumes for your girl Laura?
All right, everybody. So thank you so much for joining us.
He's only going to spend it on one. He's going to wait for one specific one.
The one that's the most money. The one that's the most money and less clothes.
The one where there's just two strings going down.
She's so cute. Dude, that cosplay that we saw. That was like my background for a hot minute. I'm dead serious. It just got weird, so I took it off. But anyways, I'm gonna get a PS4 for Black Friday. So
just for that game alone,
just for Street Fighter.
No correction, just for Laura.
It's not even for Street Fighter.
She's so cute. I just can't handle it.
I think cute is an understatement.
She's so cute.
That's the wrong.
I'm gonna go to Brazil and find her.
Go to Brazil and just find.
You won't have to look that far.
I know. That's why I'm just get off the plane.
Let's go to Carnival. Here we come,
dude. Next, it's the Olympics next year. So
yeah, I'm straight off.
Popping down there.
Yeah, it's the Olympics this year. So, and that's around my birthday. I was talking about going there for my birthday, but we'll talk about it later. I'll give you guys the deets later. But yeah, thank you, Dalt, for being the moderator for this one.
I try.
I know how passionate you are about micro. So, you know, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's hard to say.
Them Digidestined.
Well, when you say it fast, ladies and gentlemen, them
fast right now. Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, them Digidestins are out. Chooks, Doc, Randy, deuces. Right, like name it. Yeah, just. All right. Looks like a different day. We gonna fool everybody.
Yeah. If I can get the sweater off.
Getting naked now.
I look like a Backstreet Boy now.